Welcome back, my dear students. So let's try to finish this section here with the last thing that I think we are not forgetting, but I wanted to leave it for last. We already know how to create directories, how to create files, how to even remove them, remove files, remove directories, even insert data into files, right? But we are missing out the renaming directories and files, right? Well, let's get to it. And this is going to be pretty simple for those of you that have some knowledge in Linux commands and terminal. But if you don't worry about it. It's going to be pretty easy for you too. Okay, I'll make sure of it. So let's create a file here. Let's call this file renaming.js. Okay, and don't worry too much about this. Again, naming is not the best. Okay, let's require this and let's just play around with it. So we can use this function here called rename, and you can see that we have the sync version as well. I'm going to use the sync version because I don't want to write the callback code, and we have been writing that all along. This callback is just going to take the error if we are not able to rename that file, and of course I want you to write the callback. Okay, and we have been doing that with the rest of the other ones, like the removing, but not here. We did a try and catch block here. You can do that as well. But anyway, so let's use the sync this time, and we are going to be renaming a file. Or when I say rename, you see this is very similar to the terminal. So in the terminal, if you write like move, this command here, move, and you write the name or where the file is located plus the name of the file, and then you write a new location, it will re remove that file and take it to the next location that you tell it to. The problem is that, well, not a problem, but you can also, when you move the file, you can rename it at the same time. And that's the same thing with Node.js. For example, let's create a new file here, and let's call this new file.js. Very, very creative, right? And let's create a directory. Actually, it was supposed to be a directory, not a file. And new directory. Oops, already have it. So let's just use that same directory there. You see, if here my terminal, and this would be different in Windows, okay? You can try it in Windows. I don't think it's the same command to move files from one place to another, but you can also try the git bash um, shell that I explained to you in the beginning that I use just to, do the similar commands as we're doing here with Linux, okay? If you don't know what that is, let me just see if I can find. Let's come back here. Remember that I told you that you can use git in the beginning. So if you want to be very typing in the same code as me, download this shell here. This is going, when you download it for Windows, this is going to give you a shell in your desktop. Open it up, and it's going to be very similar to the commands that I'm doing here. But I don't guarantee that everything's going to be the same because it's just a wrapper. But anyway, so you don't have to do this. I can move the file in this directory called new file to this new directory in here, and I can name it something else like new file 2.js. Enter, and you can see that that moves the file from here to here, and it renames it. Okay, and it's the same file. Okay, so that's the same functionality we have with this rename sync or rename function here. Okay, so I'm going to take that back to the root, Okay, and I'm just gonna rename it. Actually, you know what? Let's just rename it ourselves here. Okay, so I'm gonna use rename sync because I'm not using a callback like I mentioned before. So this is in this directory. It's called new file 2.js. I want to take it to another directory, the new directory, and this new path is going to be new there, and let's rename it to new file.js. Okay, let's execute that, and that's going to be file renaming. Enter. Watch. New file and send file. See that? Very simple. What if I wanted to, if I had a directory inside this new directory? Let's create another directory here and call this child. Oops. I'm just going to give it a weird name, child directory, or uppercase. Okay, that should be simple enough, right? Let's just comment this out here, and the new directory is inside that one there, right? And we want to move it to our root. Do we want to rename it? Now let's just call it parent directory. Okay, so we should be good there. Let's just do that again. Enter. Voila, it's gone and it's in here now. Okay, very, very simple, guys. Very simple, you see? So we were able to rename files, and we can rename or move directories. Okay, so very simple. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad that you're here with me taking this course, and I'll see you in the next course. Keep it up, guys. You're doing great. Come on, you can finish this. Let's do it.